Welcome to Tennessee on Tap, episode 2. This episode, we crack open a Kolsch made by Chattanooga Brewing Company, give a little background of ourselves as the hosts, and we talk about one of our favorite games, Apex, and a little bit about cars. Hope you enjoy. We're Tennessee on Tap. All right, let's crack this beer. Chattanooga Brewing Company, we're trying the Chattaholigan Kolsch-styled ale. 4.2% alcohol by volume, 15 on the IBU scale. It's International Bitters Unit for those that don't know. The can is super informative. It's easy to read. They have a German Gothic styled font. It says it pairs well with soccer wings and pretzels. It's a great beer, dude.
I mean, yeah, the can itself, as you said, looks great. It's simple, but it gets the point across.
Yeah,
it's not too busy.
So on the can, I'll read the can. It's not a big story. Our Chattaholigan Kolsch style ale is brewed with traditional Bavarian hops and malts. Light in color and malt character, this German style beer is smooth and easy on the palate. Enjoy the dry, subtle mouthfeel as it gives way to an overall crisp, clean finish.
Definitely has that clean finish, for sure. And the crispiness is there.
There's almost no color in the beer. It's super light. I can see you through it, Kenny.
How do I look?
Like a goddess.
That's what I was going for. But no, yeah, it's a solid crusher for sure. Like be a good one to have during the late spring through the summer.
Oh, for sure. I just want to keep drinking this beer. The flavor profile doesn't linger, and I think that's what makes it so great, because it makes me feel like I forgot what the beer tastes like a little bit, and I want to drink more of it.
No, yeah, I could see that. It definitely does dissipate somewhat quickly, which makes you want to go back to it. But also, I do like that when it comes to beer, like how it says pairs well with the wings and the pretzels. It's a great beer for having a meal with.
Yeah,
where you could have something and have one beer and then eat a few wings, something like that. Get back into your beer again. It doesn't seem like it would cross over with the flavor of your food and make it where you get a different taste.
yeah. It's the smooth, crisp finish of a Kolsch. Kolsch style beers are from the Cologne region in Germany. It's a weird kind of take on champagne being sparkling wine, but it's from the Champagne region. So this Kolsch malt that people get for their Kolsches, it's a good profile. I've had several Kolsches that are just amazing.
I'm definitely a big fan of Kolsch's. I've always thought that a Kolsch is a good beer for someone that is not into the hoppier or more bitter tasting beers. It's great for someone who is more into a domestic flavored beer, but wants to step it up just a little bit, like kind of dip their toes into the craft beer scene.
Yeah.
I've always thought it's good for that. Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Clear definition of a Kolsch. Kolsch is a style of beer originating in Cologne, Germany. Has an original gravity between 11 and 14 degrees Plato. In appearance, it's bright clear with a straw yellow hue. For those that don't know the degrees, Plato, and all that, specific gravity would be your 1.044 to 1.056 for any of our brewery people out there.
I did just notice actually on this can that it says trademark 1890.
Oh, the brewery's trademark 1890?
Yeah. The Chattanooga Brewing Company. Yeah, pull it up. Let's hear about it.
1890, the finest German-style beer in the nation flowed from the taps of the Chattanooga Brewing Company. It grew to a 6-story brew house that occupied an entire block of Broad Street, producing over 150,000 barrels a year until Prohibition forced the brewery closed. Nearly a century later, two crafty engineers, brought together by their mutual love for beer embarked on an adventure to brew something great in the city they both love. With that, a new chapter of Chattanooga Brewing Company commenced, one rooted in German-style ales and lagers that put its namesake on the map over 100 years ago. That's only a portion of what they have on their website with some cool pictures. Chattanooga Brewing Company, man, y'all killed this one. This is a delicious beer.
Yeah, highly suggested.
I'm going to put this on the Untapped. If y'all don't know what Untapped is, it's my social media of beer. It's awesome. You put in a beer, you just type it in, Chattaholigan Kolsch. It'll come up. You hit check in. You rate it. I'm giving y'all a 5. It's a 5 out of 5.
Solid.
Can style. They have a flavor profile on here for like people that have checked it in before. What's like common?
Just different, I guess, tiers, if you will.
It's kind of just like what we were talking about. Like it's light, it's crisp, it's smooth, right?
Yeah, just descriptive.
So light, smooth, clean flavor, clean taste, right? It's very gentle of a beer. I'd agree with that. Malty pops up. I don't think it's really that malty. Honestly.
Oh, she's so gentle.
So gentle.
Yeah, I don't know about the malt. There's definitely some. I mean, clearly it's got some malt in there, but I feel like a lot of time when people hear the word malt, they think like a 40, like malt liquor.
Yeah,
but definitely not the case. This is far from it.
Yeah, definitely far from it. This thing is just delicious.
It's like I could see it being a good boat beer.
Ooh, I unlocked a badge.
Ooh, an untapped badge. So what badge is it that you got?
It's called Respect the Kolsch. It's the Kolsch style has a rich heritage originating in Cologne, Germany. Like I said before, its clear, crisp, medium hopped flavors are always refreshing. Try 5 more for level 2. So I have 5 check-ins to Kolsch's right now. I also got the earned for the can, level 13. That's another fun one.
I love on the can the faultless quality and please recycle. Gotta recycle.
Gotta recycle. Got to.
Gotta keep the world clean, because if the world goes away, no more beer. No more beer. And that would be a sad day.
I don't want to talk about it, man.
Yeah, we should probably quit.
That's just depressing. We were talking about that actually before at work. It's a
depression
of lack of beer.
Oh, well, yeah. There's typically a lack of beer at work unless you work at a brewery or a bar.
Yeah, I was doing siding on my parents' new house. So you can't be drinking beers on the job.
That's what they say.
That is what they say. God, this beer's great.
It's delicious. Yeah. It's a little too crushable.
I don't want it to end. Shout out to my sister Heather for picking up a 6-pack when she was on the road for work. She usually reaches out about like when she goes places to try and find me usually a barrel age of something that I can keep on a shelf to sell her,
Yeah, keep it around.
She gave me a list of the beers when she was down there, and I was like, oh, gotta get a Kolsch.
The beers from Chattanooga Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Gave you a little solid list.
Yeah. She came in clutch.
Well, yeah. Big shout out to Heather, friend of the pod.
Heck yeah.
Is it that time?
Love it.
We'll get at her, bud. It just doesn't linger too long. Like you said, it makes you just want to go back for more.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's absolutely.
Oh, and what delicious. A perfect pour you have there.
Always perfect pour.
Is that your name? Perfect pour, David?
That's right.
How's that aroma?
Oh, dude. I don't know if I like smelling it or drinking it more, honestly, because they're both just great.
There's a lot of styles of beer that I don't love. I will say that. But
what you mean?
Well, let me explain in a better way. It's not that I don't love them. It's just that I do love and appreciate all styles, but there are certain ones that aren't going to be my go-to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, everyone's got that. Everyone's got their preferences for sure.
Right.
But a Kolsch is one I've always loved. Even before I was really into craft beer, I had tried a Kolsch or two before when somebody just happened to have one and was like, "Hey, you should try this." All right, yeah, I'll try it. And like I said, it almost hits like a domestic, but it's got a little more flavor profile to it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite favorite perks of drinking Kolsch's, that I still get a lot of flavor to it, but I don't get the heaviness. I don't get a lingering flavor. I don't. Usually they're pretty clean cut, man. They're awesome.
If I'm gonna go to a store, I'm gonna look for a juicy IPA or like a Kolsch style
Mm-hmm.
or something that's a little more crushable. I think mainly when I do try beers that have like a deeper flavor profile,
Yeah.
I like to enjoy those with a friend and kind of more like talk about it, honestly.
Right. Right. I I don't discriminate with styles of beer. I mean,
Oh,
if it's got a cool
there's no
label on it, I'm
discrimination
gonna.
for sure. I'll try any of them
Yeah.
without a doubt. You hand me a beer that looks like it's going to be good, I'll give it a shot.
No, but it's. I mean, my go tos are, the hazy, juicy IPAs. The shoot any Oktoberfest time of year, man. I'm going after every one I can find.
Yeah, see, that's one for me. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Oktoberfest beers, but there's a number of them that I've tried that I've really enjoyed.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
like.
just not my go-to. I mean, obviously, Oktoberfest you're not going to have all year, but
Mm-hmm.
that's just an example.
Yeah.
Like the stouts, the porters. Once again, that's like kind of a yearly thing for me. Like the time of the year depends on what I want to try.
Right.
Like I'm not going to try a new porter in the middle of the summer, most likely.
Right.
I'll probably wait till it's winter and be like, okay, well, that sounds pretty tasty. I'll have one of those
Yeah. Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good.
and stuff. Let's go drink some beer. Anyway,
Anyway.
a delicious Kolsch, a good Friday night beer.
Great Friday night beer. I kind of wish Thomas was here. He'd enjoy this beer.
He would. This seems right up his alley.
Sorry, Thomas.
Shout out Thomas, friend of the pod.
He's our unofficial producer.
Unofficial, official guinea pig.
I'll allow that one. Yeah. Unofficial, official guinea pig.
He is sticker approved.
Absolutely sticker approved.
You can have a sticker.
I probably gave him like 3 or 4 of them, honestly.
I gave a sticker to my friend Bryce, and he put it on his computer.
Word.
Looks real good. Yeah, man. What are you even watching?
Honestly, it's just been football.
Yeah, just been watching sports mainly.
Yeah, I mean, after we started this, I don't really, I'm not really watching anything.
Well, to all my fellow nerds out there, I just been watching some anime. Been watching that show Hunter x Hunter, one of the more old school animes, but never had the chance to watch it really, so got into it, and I've been kind of just binge watching that.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, what's coming out soon?
Well, if you can't think, I'll tell you right now.
Mandalorian.
Anime Demon Slayer will be coming into theaters soon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're going to be playing the last 2 episodes of the last season and then the first episode of the new season. That it's coming in theaters, I think, in the beginning of March, and the actual first episode won't air on any sort of streaming platform or television until I think it's late April or maybe early April, sometime in April. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Man, we need to go to the movies again together.
Yeah, we do.
We haven't had our movie dates in a while.
I guess Ant-Man's the next thing we're gonna go see.
Our movie bro dates.
Yeah, I think Ant-Man's the next one.
Gotta stay solid with your bro. Go on bro dates.
It's true. It's true. We missed out on Wakanda Forever.
Sadly, we did. You were on the road, I think, weren't you?
I think it was toward the end of me being on the road.
Yeah.
I know it's on Disney Plus right now.
It's been a while. What was the last one we saw together? Was it Sonic?
Ooh.
Was it Sonic 2?
Um.
It might have been.
Oh, I don't remember.
I think it was Sonic
It's
2.
either Sonic or it's Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder, that was solid.
Great movie.
Big Thor fan.
Yeah.
Man, every sip of this beer is a delight.
Yeah. You just keep wanting to drink it.
It's
Is that your second one?
Yeah.
You're not on your third one?
Am I not on my third one?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Are you ahead of me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a rarity. That's how you know it's a crushable beer.
Yeah, if I'm actually drinking it fast. I need to find out who their rep is. I'm just gonna get it on tap at Prince. So we thought it was a good idea to give a little background into who we are. We kind of should have done that on the first episode, honestly.
Oh well.
I mean, we didn't really expect episode 1 to be out as episode 1, I guess. We kind of just got into it.
But yeah, we just want to give a little background about us and what we're into for people that don't know us personally that might be listening. So yeah, David, why don't you tell me a little about yourself?
So I moved down to Tennessee about 5 years ago. I grew up in a small town of Roxbury, New Jersey, North Jersey. Went to Roxbury High. I was the mascot. A lot of people didn't know that until I was in like senior year, which was kind of nice.
But yeah, that's the point of the mascot. You don't want to know who it is.
Yeah, there was a lot of rumors and all that, but so I just said I'm an Eagle Scout. I grew up with Troop 188 in the Patriots Path Council. Went to college for musical theater. In the process, I almost joined the Army at the same time.
Where did you go to college for theater?
The American Musical Dramatic Academy and Conservatory for the Performing Arts.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, AMDA. I met a lot of good people at AMDA. It was training. It wasn't really like college. Dorm rooms were on like the upper West 70th Street, I think it was, the Stratford Arms residence. Which, if anyone out there has read The Catcher in the Rye, the Stratford Arms residence is referenced in that book. That's where I lived. So yeah, I went to college, came back home, worked at a liquor store. AMP was the first name for it, and then we were just called Bestsellers at the end of it. And then I moved down here 5 years ago, and shoot, now what do? I do construction. I work at a pub. I'm on the road for an EPA smoke school certification thing, and got a good group of friends. And
I heard you're on a podcast.
Oh yeah. I do a podcast with my best friend Kenny. It's called Tennessee on Tap.
Oh,
it's pretty sweet. Drink a lot of good beer, have a lot of fun. You know. What about you, bud? What do you do?
Well, I am a born and raised Nashvilleian.
Yay!
Born in Nashville, raised in Gallatin, Tennessee. And went to Station Camp High School, and along my way throughout high school, obviously made a lot of good friends. It got me into a lot of fun things. I guess before high school, though, actually, I started skateboarding back when I was probably 13 when I started skating with my cousin Casey. Went to see some family and noticed that he had gotten a skateboard for Christmas. And I also had a skateboard, which he actually had a good quality professional grade skateboard, whereas I had a Walmart board.
Yeah.
And about the moment I saw him do his first kickflip, I fell in love with it. That was when I immediately said, I want to actually learn how to do this instead of just sitting on it and riding down driveways.
That's where I kind of stopped. I was like, oh.
Well, yeah, so got into skateboarding and have been doing that for a long time, kind of on and off. Took a break for a while after a couple of injuries, but I'm back into it these days. I obviously love craft beer, if you guys didn't know. So I do a lot of that. I like to do a lot of gaming, different kind of games. Worked my way from console to finally playing on PC like a real man.
Boo.
David's not a fan.
Shout out to our buddy Baba.
But yeah, I work at a brewery in Nashville as a packaging technician. So that basically means I fill cans, I fill kegs, I clean kegs, I clean tanks once we're finished with them, and kind of keep the brewery organized, keep things where they are, where they need to be, so that inventory is easy to take.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do a little bit of different stuff, little food science type shit,
Mm-hmm.
if you will.
Devout fan of the Tennessee Titans.
Oh yeah, big Tennessee Titans fan
Good Lord.
since day one, since the minute they came to Tennessee from Texas. Have been an absolute diehard Titans fan. Also a huge Nashville Predators fan.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy the Grizzlies, but I don't watch them as much as I watch the Predators or the Titans. Not so much because I don't love to watch basketball, but it just doesn't really draw me in, I guess, as much as football does. I
Right.
actually played basketball, so I used to be way more into it. I used to watch a lot of college basketball back in the day. Shout out Kentucky Wildcats. That's my team. What are you shaking your head for?
Because it's a great day to be a volunteer, man.
Shit. I have no discrimination against the Vols. I will always root for the Vols when they're playing anybody except for Kentucky.
I mean, I'm a Vols by association, I guess, because Brad. I mean, when I'm on the road with Brad doing smoke school, we've gone to a couple Vols events where he's like, let's go buy some bright orange shirts and whatever, and I'm like, okay, but like I follow West Point football. Army, go Army, beat Navy, go Army, beat Air Force. I got 2 games to worry about in the year. That's all I got.
That's about all you
know,
got for college.
Kenny actually converted me to be a Tennessee Titans fan. I used to be a pretty big New York Giants fan. Eli Manning was my dude. He was my favorite quarterback. He was my guy. And I lost so much respect for the Giants when they benched him and put Daniel Jones in, because you don't do that to a Manning. He had the most starting games as a quarterback in the entire NFL history. And they just benched him, and they didn't fix the problems they actually had until like 2 seasons later. And I lost respect for the Giants. And when I moved down here, I bought an Eli Manning jersey at his retirement while he was doing his retirement announcement. I bought an Eli Manning jersey, and I think I came down to Prince Street one time and watching football, and you were there, and then our buddy Matt showed up, and we both kind of made fun of Matt a little bit, and that's when our friendship kind of started.
Yeah, over making fun of Matt.
Yeah, and now I'm a huge Titans fan. Now I watch the Preds. He's got me a little bit into basketball again with the Grizzlies.
Yeah, you did go to your first Preds game this year.
I did go to my first Preds game this
year. That was
a
very fun night.
That was a really weird night. It was the Star Wars night.
Oh, yeah, it was the Star Wars theme night. There were stormtroopers walking around in full outfit. Yeah. And
I should have brought my Mandalorian helmet, man.
Next year.
They
do it every year.
Yeah, because I mean, if I just take it off and I walk in, I don't think there's an issue with it.
No. I mean, I remember when we were there on the Jumbotron, there was people wearing Mando helmets and stormtrooper helmets. So.
I think a few people had lightsabers too.
Well, I mean, the hired actors definitely had them. So,
I mean, if I'm in full getup and I walk in,
how are they going to know? They'll never know.
What if I just dress up as Obi-Wan Kenobi? Like I have the brown Jedi outfit. I mean, that would work.
Worst comes to worst, just
hello there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had someone that kind of.
I mean, what are they going to do? Stop a Jedi from walking in?
Right.
I don't think so.
Him. Move along.
These are not the homies you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. I think Kenny and I, we enjoy Star Wars. We enjoy Marvel a lot. Do you, while I'm looking this up, you listen to podcasts?
Oh yeah, quite a bit.
Which ones do you listen to?
Well, I listen to Bert Kreischer's pod. I listen to Steve-O's podcast. Let's see. I listen to a lot of fantasy football podcasts during football season. Get the little insider notes, got to stay on top. Former champion over here. Not trying to brag, but, what are you going to do?
Former.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you a former champion? Yep.
I know I listened to Belly Up at the Bar with the You Betcha guy. And what's his name? Charles or Charlie? Gosh, I always forget his last name. It's just so funny because they remind me of like us when we're talking to our friends and all that, except for the accents.
Oh yeah, what kind of accents we talking about?
Midwestern.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Talking about some Midwestern accents.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, you betcha.
Jesus to Pete. They're just absolutely hysterical. Listen to them. I listen to Maneater. I think that's a very informative podcast, and I'm a hunter, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I also like to listen to Therapy Gecko.
Therapy Gecko is the best.
That is a wild podcast.
Yeah,
a lot of crazy individuals on there. Let's see, what else do I like? I know there's a bunch of other ones I listen to because my day is chock full of podcasts usually.
What was Bert's called?
The Bertcast, but he also has the one with Tom Segura, the Two Bears, One Cave.
2 Bears, 1 Cave. Yeah, I've listened to a couple of those.
I listened to both of those. And then there's another one, Theories of the Third Kind, which is kind of more about like conspiracy theories and just kind of crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There is the Third Party podcast that's all about Apex Legends.
I forgot about that one. I'm actually behind on that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Those guys are cool.
There used to be a disc golf one that I used to listen to.
I also listened to one I haven't listened to it in a long time though.
It's not the PDGA one, right?
No, I cannot remember what it was called, but I used to listen to it regularly
because that was Sarah. No, what's her name? She's a Nashville native. She plays professional. Kenny and I are big disc golfers too.
So. Yes, that's also something we enjoy doing together, especially. Haven't got my first ace yet, but
PDGA Radio is what it's called.
I think the one I listen to is just called the Disc Golf Podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're really good. I just haven't listened to it in a long time because I haven't really been avidly playing in quite a while. Back when I lived in Dixon, Tennessee, I had not much else to do except for play.
They came back.
Ooh.
It's live again.
The PDGA?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it stopped. It was
I say really like I listened to it. Like I even knew that they didn't do anything for a while.
Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, because it's a guy, Steve, and Jesus, I don't remember her name. Her name is Sarah. She lives in Nashville. She's a great female athlete.
Shout out Nashville, Sarah.
Also shout out to the Nashville Disc Golf Store, our buddy Sean. Yeah, man. I mean, what else do we do together? We got. Oh yeah, you're on a podcast, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I've been dabbling with it.
It's a lot of fun.
I like to go to a lot of music. I love live music.
Oh, you're a festival nut. Not even a festival nut. You enjoy live music.
I used to be a big festival nut. I used to try to go to like 2 a year at least, but now I don't think I've been to one. Well, I went to one in 2020, I believe, is when it was. That was the Pigeons Playing Ping Pong Dome Fest, which if you're into jam music and you like funk and psychedelic stuff, Pigeons Playing Ping Pong is right up your alley, I can promise you. But
I enjoy their music.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of their festivals. I've been to Bonnaroo 3 times, Summer Camp Music Festival, Okeechobee Music Festival, Roots Fest. There's quite a few I still would like to go to that I've never made it out to, but
I'd really like to go to Bonnaroo this year.
There's a good lineup.
Oh God. I mean, I'd be psyched to just see Foo Fighters, honestly. Foo Fighters and Tyler Childers would probably be my top 2.
I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on it, but I think Pigeons Playing Ping Pong will be there. Also, some other bands that I like a lot, Paramore will be there, and Grizz. It's probably my favorite electronic artist.
Really? You don't like Dr. Diesel? No, DJ Diesel?
DJ Diesel, Shaq himself.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I mean, I'm sure he puts on a good show, but
I'd be excited to see him, honestly.
I mean, who wouldn't at Shaq? That guy's hilarious. He's so goofy.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of him at festivals on the front rail.
Oh, just going ham.
Just on the front rail, just way hyped.
Yeah.
Head banging and blocking about 6 people's view.
Right.
Easily.
He's so goofy.
Just
So you're into just like the psychedelic funk and
well, yeah, my music ranges a lot. Like I'll give anything a listen. The only thing I really dislike is kind of the new poppier country music. But other than that, like I'll give anything a try. I'm definitely crispy. But yeah, I'll give anything a good listen if it's something like a friend of mine suggests to me or
yeah.
whatever. No discrimination as the music goes.
I think one of the teachers I had in college told me that if you want to be in the musical theater business, you can't dislike any genre of music because you never know what you're going to have to sing.
Do you rap?
I do rap.
Have you done musical rap theater?
No.
Well, you should.
I did not break out. Hello, robot. I did not break out my rapping ability when I was in college.
Hello Robot could be your rap name.
But I will say, you get me on a mic doing karaoke, Ice Ice Baby is my thing.
I don't know. You killed the Grinch song.
That was the Grinch. That wasn't me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't know who that guy was.
I don't know. No, I listen to it depends on my mood. Yeah, any kind of musical theater song. Rock, classic rock, alternative rock, metal, prog metal, metal prog. Because apparently those are two different things.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, one's like Trivium and one's Lamb of God.
Okay.
Yeah, one's prog metal, one's metal prog.
Well, I actually bought tickets today to a show. Yeah.
Where?
In Nashville at Ascend Amphitheater. I'm going to go see Ghost.
You bought them already?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't tell me you were going to buy them.
Oh, I bought them immediately. I was in the queue.
How much are they?
$90 for lawn seats.
I want to go.
Yeah, it is something that I just kind of had to pull the trigger on because
I can get me, my brother-in-law, and his two cousins in like immediately.
Are they Ghost fans?
Yes.
Well, I went ahead and got a ticket for me and my buddy Bryce. Shout out Bryce.
I see how it is.
Well, he's a huge Ghost fan. That's kind of what brought us together in a way.
We're sharing the same podcast board.
Sharing
I love
these
you, bud. You
nuts.
know that.
But yeah, I had to pull the trigger on those tickets because it's pretty rare that they're in Nashville. Actually, fun fact, I think it was when they were recording their second album, they came to Nashville to record and they needed people to come sing as like kind of like a choir backup vocal type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they hired, I think it was like 3 people from Nashville to come in and sing. And if you don't know Ghost, they kind of have a satanic shtick, if you will.
It's the shtick.
Yeah, it's they're very campy and like kind of goofy, so it's not like super serious. Like it's not like they straight up worship Satan or anything, but it's just kind of their like metal thing they do.
Yeah,
but
it's their
theme.
Their theatric.
Yeah, they're very theatric. Yeah,
they're like Avatar.
Yeah,
so
much like them. But yeah, so they had 3 guys come into a studio in Nashville to do the backup. And when the guys read the lyrics that they were supposed to sing, he said there was like 3 guys that walked in wearing cowboy hats and just like super country. And when they read the lyrics, they were like, "Nope, no way. I ain't singing this. You ain't going to catch me singing all this Satan stuff." And so they ended up actually having to go out to LA to record instead because nobody here would sing their music.
Call me up, Ghost. I got you.
Yeah, give me a shout anytime,
please. No, I mean, what was the last live show I saw? I guess it was Trivium. It was the In Flames, Trivium, Lamb of God, and Megadeth show at Bridgestone. I went with Ewan.
Yes. Shout out to the boy.
The boy, the dump truck, the Ewan. God, it's so crispy.
But yeah, I think my last show was actually with Ewan as well, which it wasn't anything that was really my kind of music, but I knew he loved the bands that were playing, which were Papa Roach was the headliner, but he said he'd seen them before and he's not like a huge fan, but the people right before them was Falling in Reverse and he loves that band. So I was sitting there one day on my way to work and the radio personnel was like, yeah, so we're giving away tickets for the Falling in Reverse Rockzilla tour coming to Nashville. So all you got to do is text in this one word and we'll let you know if you won the tickets. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. Just, see if I
Did
can
you
win.
win the tickets?
Yeah, I won those on the radio.
What?
Yeah, I didn't buy them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I texted in the word, and about 3 hours later, I got a text back, and they were like, "You're a winner," and I was like, "Oh wow!" Like I thought it was a joke at first because like I've never won anything.
Right.
I never win contests.
I never win those things. No.
And they're like, "Yeah, you won the tickets," and sure enough, like they got my information and stuff, and I didn't get them for the longest time because it was months and months out. And at first, I was like, "Did I get scammed? Like, what is this? What's going on?" But no, yeah, sure enough, they sent me the tickets and yeah, we ended up going and we had a good time. Like I said, it's not really up my alley necessarily, but
Right.
I just wanted to do a little something for the boy and
Where was it
it was
at?
a good time. It was at Municipal Auditorium.
Oh, okay.
So like yeah, the older arena. It was a good one. It was a good show. It was fun for sure.
Yeah, Ewan's a cool guy to go to the show
Yeah,
with.
big metalhead.
Huge metalhead. You wouldn't even know it. He's our next guy. He's our next person here. I think that's just what's gonna have to happen.
Oh, actually also next month, March the 12th, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the Ryman to see Bob Weir and the Wolf Brothers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
A little Grateful Dead action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. Oh, actually, no, I lied. The last show I went to was Widespread Panic on New Year's Eve.
Yes, you are right.
Yeah, actually, I don't know how I forgot about that.
There were so many people at that show.
Yeah, you're telling me, buddy. That was a incredible show. Love Widespread Panic. I mean, they put on a great show. They're incredible musicians.
Yeah, I wish I could have gone. I had to work.
I got lucky. I had a very awesome friend who hooked me up with a ticket. So,
Oh yeah,
I was very lucky on that account.
I have tickets to go see Tyler Childers in Phoenix.
That'll be good.
Yeah, but like it's so expensive. I'd rather go to Bonnaroo for the same price.
Well, the reason I bought the lawn seats for Ghost is because even the like middle section that's not even the pit was like $300 for a ticket.
God.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I get
I
it.
might have broke and paid it if I had to, because like I said, I think it's going to be like a once in a lifetime opportunity to see them in Nashville.
Right.
They did it. They're doing it's like a secondary tour to their album that they came out with this past year, and they do a lot of European touring. So when they did the tour in the US, I was pretty disappointed to see that they went to like I think it was like Huntsville, Alabama, or like something like that. And then they were like in Duluth, Georgia, but they just skipped over Music City. I was like, seriously? You're gonna go to these towns and right in between, you're not gonna come to Music City and do a gig. Come on.
I just find it ridiculous that like some of these festivals are like so much money, but you see like 15, 20, 30 really great artists.
Yeah.
And then that one artist has one show and it's the same price as a festival.
Yeah, it's weird like that. Honor is very fun for sure. I enjoy it every time I go, but the problem is you see all these artists that you want to see, and then when you get there, you realize once the schedule comes out, like, oh man, I wanted to see this person really bad, and I want to see this person really bad, and sometimes their schedules overlap.
Right.
And
No,
like,
I get that.
like I wanted to go see I think it was Tosh Sultana last Bonnaroo I was at, but she was playing at the same time as Paramore. And I've been a Paramore fan since I was really young. So I was like, and I had never gotten the chance to see him. So
right.
I had to make that choice. when it was a pretty easy one for me. But I think there was also like someone else I wanted to see that was playing at the same time as Alt J, and I wanted to see Alt J, but I was like, I'm gonna go see this other person.
There are some artists that I know are gonna overlap,
Yeah,
but I'm okay with like if it's I've already looked at the lineup. If it's between one or the other, I know which one I'm gonna go see. Like I'm seeing who else is like obviously the main name is its own thing, right? That's the person I would like to see.
yeah. I mean, your top headliners, they're not gonna overlap.
Right.
It's usually the people where you're like, oh, I wanted to see one of these headliners, but also one of the like people who, even though they're not the headliner and they're lower tier,
Right.
it still might be one of your favorite bands.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, well, what am I gonna do now?
I already know who I would want to see over somebody else. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
no, I totally see what you're saying.
So I don't mind that like people are going to like overlap like that.
You should have been in 2018 because I got to see Eminem live,
Son of a bitch.
and it was crazy.
God, I want that.
He
so
came
much.
out, I assume most people that are fans of Eminem know he's like sober these days and everything.
Yeah.
So he did like a few of his newer songs to start with, and then he came back out after like a little break for a few minutes, and he was like, "Hey, y'all know I used to be crazy as shit back in the day." He's like, "Y'all want to hear some of that shit that I used to record when I was insane?"
Hell yeah,
Oh, and
dude.
he started dropping like "Kill You" and "White America" and
God.
some of the like old just
Oh, that's the
awesome.
vault. That's
Some,
all in the
I mean,
vault,
he
man.
did like 30 songs. It
Jeez.
was crazy. It was such a there was actually a controversy during that set where some of his pyrotechnics sounded like gunshots and people kind of got freaked out about it
Oh, jeez.
because I think it was shortly after that Vegas thing that had happened.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
It
it
was
was actually like a bit of a news story.
jeez.
Yeah, but
I
it
love
was
Eminem.
yeah, me too. Hell of a show.
Yeah. I just like I really want to see Foo Fighters.
Oh
Corn's
yeah.
gonna be there. I'd like to see Corn, but I wouldn't be like disappointed if I didn't. Like Humphrey McGee's gonna be
I've
there.
seen Humphrey at Bonnaroo.
I'd really like to see them because I really enjoy their music. Obviously, Grizz.
You gotta catch your Grizz set.
Who else? There's so many people. Obviously, DJ Diesel. I'd love to just see Shaq because it's Shaq. What are the
So
Tyler Childers? Obviously, there's other. There's like no, it's Grizz and there's who's the other guy you listen to?
another electronic artist.
Yes, or he does like he's like rap.
You're not talking about Young Gravy, are you?
Isn't he? Isn't he at Bonnaroo this year?
I could not tell you to be honest. I think he might be, but
I think he's at Bonnaroo this year.
don't quote me on it. But I've seen Young Gravy live, and it's super fun. He's a cool guy. Like he came out on stage and he's like, "Hey, you guys thirsty out there?" Started throwing some water bottles around. He's like, "You guys hungry?" He started throwing out Lunchables into the crowd.
Yeah. So season 16 dropped on Apex Legends. A bunch has changed. People have been nerfed. People have what's the opposite of nerfing? People buffed.
Yeah.
People got buffed.
Yeah, a whole lot of changes in season 16 of Apex.
Jeez. I've made the decision. I've talked to Baba. I'm maining Bloodhound.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go ham with
Oh,
Bloodhound.
Blue Thunder.
And I think you're going to love having me as Bloodhound because of how aggressive you play. Because we were playing duos and I was finding white ravens all over the place, bringing us to enemies. So the white raven you find just in the map, you go up to it, you interact with it, and it goes up in the air and it pulls up a path that only you can see of the way the raven goes. But on the mini map pulls up arrows of the direction it's going.
And it
So
leads
your
you.
team can see it.
Does it lead you to other teams?
Every time.
Oh my goodness.
And we thought it was like leading us to like prowlers because there was a nest up there. And Bob was like, "Oh, I think it's just leading us to prowlers." I was like, "Yeah, I am too." And he goes, "Nope, enemy, right there." I was like, "Oh shit."
Prowlers are non-playable wildlife that run around on a certain map on Apex that if you get too close will attack you.
Yeah, they're fun. They're easy way to get your shield up, but I'm excited for the season. I really am just because of I'm disappointed because of some nerfs that happened, but it's a new season, man. Like they're trying to revamp the game without destroying its integrity. And I know EA is, there's a lot of just reskinning things, recoloring things.
Yeah, a lot of people are mad about how their collection event they just came out with is basically just a bunch of recolored skins.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of fans that are very upset about that because we want new content,
Yeah.
and EA is just pushing out recolors of old skins because they just want to grab up a bunch of money.
I think with season 16 is going to bring people back to the game, honestly.
Well, between, like you said, the nerfs and the buffs for the characters, and also how they changed the system of classes,
Mm-hmm.
and that also gave other people different abilities, sort of as well. I guess like passive abilities, if
I
you
got
will.
crypto for free.
But
That was a cool thing to get into the game too.
yeah, I forgot they did that also. But one of the biggest changes is they added team deathmatch.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got 6v6,
Yep.
where it's weird to me though, because I wish you could queue up with 6 people instead of just 3 people in your lobby, because it's basically 2 separate teams of 3 on one team. Like, you can't communicate with the other 3 people.
Yeah, I think that's something they're gonna work toward.
I'm not sure how they'll do it, but I would like to see that.
I think it's difficult because of the legends you can pick, right? Because the 3 people that play together, in your party, you can't pick the same legend. But to have the same legend in your 6-man team,
So you can do that.
yeah,
Like, if I were to be Pathfinder, someone else on the other 3 people that would be on our 6-man squad could also be Pathfinder.
yeah, I had 2 bloodhounds on my team when I played team deathmatch the other day.
Imagine having 2 caustics.
Well, like
Holding
I
down a
was playing
building.
Octane because you can't. I mean, I don't see the use for Bloodhound in team deathmatch when it's a small map and it's just supposed to be a spawn, go kill, respawn, go kill.
Oh, there's always a use for Bloodhound.
Right, but not as much as like in assault class or the skirmisher class, where it is for rushing, it is for being aggressive. Like I think they toned back Bloodhound's abilities to make him less of an aggressive play.
Yeah, he's
But at the same
recon.
time, with the White Ravens, which is why I think you're going to really like him, is that at the same time, you use a White Raven and it's like, let's go get him.
Yeah, I think like having an Octane or a Pathfinder is also pretty crucial in team deathmatch, because the only map I played on so far was like the Skulltown map.
I didn't play Skull Town.
So it's just a bunch of buildings, like a bunch of tall buildings in the middle.
Right.
So being able to have a Pathfinder and setting a zip line to the top one of those buildings from a respawn point.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you respawn in that point, you're going to immediately be able to get
I
right on
played
top and get like a good vantage point on the other team.
I played Path when it was gun run. They did the little gun run thing last season, like beginning of last season. I did Path a lot just so I could put the zip line on the top of the building.
I think he's one of the best characters that's ever been in the game.
He's just hysterical. I mean,
yeah, all of his little quips and things that
yeah,
he says are great, but
they're great.
as far as like abilities and skills go, he's just super helpful, but he's also really good for being aggressive at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you can get into a fight fast, you can get out of a fight fast, you can get your team, and they also buffed him a lot because they doubled his zipline ability.
Yeah.
For people that don't play Apex, each character has 3 abilities. They have a passive, a tactical, and an ultimate ability. And so his ultimate ability is he's able to set down a zip line that anybody in the game can use, but it will get you from point A to point B much quicker than if you were just running.
Yeah.
It also will get you to like tall places, or it's helpful in every facet that you could think of, honestly. A game changer. And he's one of the original legends. He's been around since day one.
Yeah.
And he hasn't had a whole lot of changes, which is something I like.
But like some of the nerfing that Sir Baba plays a lot of Seer, and he hasn't noticed a real difference in Seer and the stuff that like they've done to him.
They gave him a little bit of a nerf, but I'm not honestly exactly sure what it all was.
I don't think he understands the nerf because you don't realize the nerf as the player of Seer. Now opponents can hear you when you do the heartbeat sensor.
Huh. Well, that's definitely different.
Yeah.
So Sears heartbeat sensor is when you aim down sights, you are able to tell where people are based off of their heartbeat. They're little arrows that will go around your reticle that point in the direction where people are within a certain amount of meters.
Mm-hmm.
So, like how you were saying, you don't think Bloodhound would be super helpful in the team deathmatch class or playlist, if you will. I'd say he'd be more helpful than using Seer because
Right.
you can
You
use this
could
tactical
scan.
and scan, and your whole team can see it. You got to wait till Seer gets his ultimate to be able to do
Yeah.
something like that.
He does the dome. Yeah. I don't know because I mean, we're both huge Halo fans.
Oh yeah,
And being team deathmatch 6v6, I mean, that's Slayer.
it's what I've wanted since day one of Apex, since I've been playing.
Yeah. I think, but because we were so used to that, we never had a scan. We never had we had the little tiny mini map in the corner that every time you heard someone move or they made they fired their weapon, the little dot would pop up.
Oh, I just got on a Warthog in the passenger seat with a hammer and said, "Drive me next to somebody."
I mean, that's
See if I can make this vehicle do a kickflip.
I loved Halo so much. It was a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
I do miss it. But I mean, once Halo Infinite came out, I was so excited to play that. I was like, finally, revamped Halo. This is going to be great. But after playing Apex Legends for so long, it just didn't feel right
Yeah.
because Apex has such a faster movement, like just the way the gameplay is.
I remember you coming after me when I said I had downloaded Halo, and you're like, "No, dude, get Apex." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm a Halo guy." He's like, "Yeah, but I'm a Halo guy too." And Apex is, I mean, it's a different kind of gameplay, and I never liked the battle royales. I never did. But for playing Apex for a full year now, I mean, I really like Apex.
The way I like to put it is, it's not better. It's just different.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just more advanced. Because I mean, when Infinite came out, it just still had the Halo 3 feel. Like it's just kind of slow pace
Right.
and a lot of people actually made the argument of, well, it's actually harder. And I'm like, is it though? Is it harder or are you just bad at shooting?
I think they're just bad at shooting because I never thought Halo was hard to play.
I mean, you have a battle rifle in your hand. It's pop, 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 3 headshots.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. I don't think
I
Halo
guess
is harder.
I kind of can understand the argument in a way because it's slower and so it feels harder when you're used to playing a more fast-paced gameplay.
Right.
Like, I guess that I mean, it felt like I wasn't doing great, and I was not trying to brag, but a Halo 3 master. Like, we used to play against the guys that got paid to play. They would come to us for practice
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah. I remember when shoot, I got really good at Battlefield. When Battlefield 3 or 4 came out, I was really good at Battlefield. I was also a sniper class, so bullet drop and all that.
Yeah.
That was my jam. If I can get into a nice little corner on top of a mountain or something and find a good spot, I mean, I was dropping people a couple 100 meters away, and I mean, that's what I did. And then when Battlefield 1 came out, the World War One version of it,
Mhm.
where you actually had to set up your binoculars, figure out how far they are, and then switch to your rifle, and then adjust your scope and all that. There was a little more, math to it, I guess. That made me so much better at a sniper class when I went back to playing Battlefield 4 that it was like, yeah, no, I was getting 12 kills a game. And I was always told Battlefield, it was always harder to get a kill. But when you're getting 12 kills as a sniper in Battlefield, that's nuts. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I never played Battlefield. I was like, honestly, I do love playing like first person shooter games, but to me, it's not really so much about the first person shooter aspect as much as it is about anything that's fast paced and competitive.
I think what made Battlefield stand out the most to me was if you had people in a building, like one story building, that were just tight. They were in there. You couldn't get in. Didn't matter what you did. You took a tank and you blew the building up.
Oh,
the building does not stand the entire
As
match.
soon as the word tank left your mouth, all I thought about was Halo 3 Scorpions. Good.
I'm just,
night.
but like that's what it was. It was, you when you start the match, you might get like 20, 30 kills ahead of the other people, but because you were just in the building, the person would just get mad enough where they would just go up to a tank where they would just C4 the outside of the building and all of your walls fell.
Yeah. See, I wasn't even into Call of Duty really. Like I played, what was it? Modern Warfare.
Probably Modern Warfare 2.
No, I think I played Modern Warfare 3 a bit. And then Black Ops 1 came out and I played that a little bit. But as soon as like Zombies was introduced and Black Ops 1, actually it was introduced a little bit before that. But like the one that everyone really remembers was the Black Ops 1 Zombies.
Yeah.
And like, that's all I cared about. I would sit there with my buddy and we would just put on some like dubstep music, just something really hype, and we'd just play zombies for hours and hours on end.
Yeah.
Also didn't have internet at the time, so playing on the zombies map was kind of like the best thing we could do.
I feel that.
Yeah, out in the country.
Yeah, I feel that hard.
But yeah, man, it's to me, like I said, I like fast-paced and competitive games, but I'm always either in one mode or the other. Either I want to play something fast-paced and competitive, or I don't want to talk to anybody and I just want to play like Spider-Man or something that's single player.
Right.
I just have like a little adventure going on.
Right.
Something like open world type games.
I mean, having what's that zombie game we play now?
State of Decay.
State of Decay 2.
Yeah.
We haven't played that in a little while.
We need to play some Mortal Kombat.
God.
I just bought 11 again.
Friendship, everybody.
Yeah. Got Mortal Kombat 11 and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on sale for about $20 for 2 games.
Did you hear Big Trouble's doing a Pong tournament?
A beer pong tournament?
No.
Oh, like the old school game Pong.
Yeah, they have a giant console.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They I think Julian said they're going to try and do a tournament.
Yeah, Big Trouble is a brewery that is located in Gallatin, Tennessee, on the square, or close to the square at least.
Julian and Big Trouble have gotten a couple shout outs before.
Yes, but yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a cool place. They got a lot of kind of got an 80s vibe going on there. So, they got the Pong thing going and all kinds of fun little games you can play. But yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I knew they had a beer pong tournament recently. I didn't know they were doing a pong tournament.
What?
Yeah, they had a beer pong tournament like a couple weekends ago.
I think it was a pong tournament, not beer pong.
Oh, I guess I just misinterpreted it. And
it was on beer, man.
Well, I was thinking about what I love.
That is true. That is true.
I just assumed it was beer pong. So,
well,
I'd rather play beer pong anyway.
Facts.
Competitive, fast pace, drinking, all the things.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, you don't want to get at me in a game of beer pong. You'll get
I'll play you
smacked up. Or we're usually teammates anyway.
That's also true. We get pretty butthurt if we pick a different person.
Yeah, I will definitely get butthurt if you pick somebody over me.
Yeah.
As I stare you in the eyes menacingly.
I can't wait till we get to video.
Yeah, that'll be in the future. We will get there. But yeah, man. So I don't know why, but I kind of just wanted to talk about vehicles.
Vehicles?
Yeah. Because I know both you and I are Chevy Silverado drivers.
Yes, we are. The old Chevrolet Silverado. So
let me ask you a question. If there was any other vehicle you could have, and I mean any vehicle, it doesn't matter if it's a $500,000 car or a little shit box, what would you want?
Audi R8 Spider, burnt sienna.
Ooh, okay. Burnt sienna. Going with the Rocket League colors.
No, that's the Iron Man, Tony Stark's personal.
Oh,
yeah.
Nerd alert.
Yeah, that's that's one of them that I want. Shoot, I'd love a just old school like fastback, Ford fastback. That's the only Ford I'd probably ever buy. Oh, sorry Ford, but
that's not sorry Ford.
Or Chevy like maybe like
bow tie or die.
maybe a Shelby or something, but like 69 Camaro, hell yeah, I'd take that
Oh,
for sure.
I like the old Challengers.
The old Challengers are nice. We actually have a guy that comes in. His name's Jim. He's an older gentleman. He's about to get his 69 Camaro out of garage.
Oh,
and he's gonna bring it up to Prince Street because he knows I like the cars.
69, what a great year.
So
if I had any other car, which I like having my truck because, you can do a lot with a truck.
that's right.
You can haul stuff, you can use it for camping, like endless possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
But if there was any other car that I could have, I would definitely want a Subaru what is it, the WSX STI? The like the ones you'll see that are like the navy blue, and they have the gold rims and the spoiler on the back.
Like I don't think I know that one.
It's
Were they on Need for Speed or no?
I mean, I'm sure they've been in like 100 different racing games. It's like a pretty well known like tuner car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, turbos are built in. I feel like a lot.
Like a Skyline.
Sort of. Also, I wouldn't. It's kind of like a Mitsubishi Lancer.
Oh, okay.
It's that style
Gotcha.
of car.
Yeah.
Which my first car was a '02 Mitsubishi Eclipse, and I drove that thing into the dirt. I absolutely destroyed that car.
I'm shaking my head at him.
Why?
It's
Scared?
because it's an Eclipse.
Why?
I know so many people that was their first car.
Yeah, but the '02 was the cool one. It looked cooler. Not the Spider. Screw the Spiders. I hate those convertible Eclipses. They look like garbage.
So, what other car do I really like? I'm not a big fan of Lamborghini.
Not a big fan?
No, I'd rather buy a tractor if I was buying Lamborghini.
I would buy a Lamborghini tractor if it went as fast as a Lamborghini car.
But how badass would it be to going down Highway 25 past all the other farmers that got their John Deeres, and you got a freaking Lamborghini tractor? Because that's what they were. Lamborghini was originally a tractor company. And he went up to Ferrari and was like, "Hey, I want a sports car." And they said no. So he made his own.
More like Lamborghini.
So like, I'm cool with like the Gallardos, whatever, or the Murcielagos.
I do like the Gallardos.
Like, those are cool, but I don't know. Like, it looks like something that if I go fast enough, I'm just gonna start flying. Like, actually, like lifting off the ground. Right.
That's what I hope for.
I want that. I want that just American muscle, just like a heavy ass car. So like, obviously the Camaros, the Challengers, like all that stuff.
I'll show you some American muscle.
God.
Flexing on them.
I don't know. Like I remember going through like Need for Speed games and all that. And I'd always pick some cars just because of what they look like. And like, I would love a DB9. Aston Martin, like I would love a DB9 because they are just slick.
Is that James Bond?
It is a James Bond car.
I thought it was.
Jaguar, like I would love a Jaguar.
Funny enough, how you said like you'd pick that in the game. That's the reason I got my first car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember being in my mom's house when I was a kid, and I had an Xbox, like an original Xbox, and there was this racing game on there called Juiced. And, when you first start racing games, you can usually get the options of like some kind of a Honda or like,
right.
more like a low tier, but still semi-fast car.
Honda Civic.
Yeah. You like the hatchbacks, like right, stuff like that. And one of the like first or second tier cars you could get was a Mitsubishi Eclipse. And it was the '02 version. And when I played that game, that was like the first car I would pick every time. And I just thought they were so cool. So when I first got my first car, I wanted to get like a Pontiac GT because I think my cousin had one. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh, this is so cool. Because, when you're like 14, 15 years old, like, doesn't matter what it is. You see a friend with a car, you're like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get one of those. But luckily, my grandparents talked me out of it because they were like, yeah, you're not going to buy a piece of shit that's going to break down in like the next 3 months. So they helped me out a little bit and helped me purchase that one.
My first car was almost a Roadrunner.
Beep beep.
Lime green. It was for sale. My buddy's dad, I think, was selling it, and it had antique tags on it. And I think my dad called me a dumbass and wouldn't let me buy it. But
Dumbass.
I wanted it so bad.
That boy ain't right.
Right. So then I didn't have a car until I was probably like 20. Not even that. Shoot. Yeah. Yeah, I guess 20.
You just
19, 20.
rock your Lamborghinis.
No, I used my mom's car a lot. Because I used my mom's car senior year of high school because my dad drove his work car, so she would drive his truck. So when I went to college, it was in New York City. I don't need a car.
Yeah.
And I'd already thought about that. I was like, I don't need a car. I'm not going to buy one now. 2 years later, I get out of college. I was like, I need a car now.
Well, I think we can all agree the best mode of transportation is definitely Heelys.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Super customizable. They're comfy. You don't need to wear a helmet.
Ride your Heelys to escape your feelies.
That's right. I mean, that's just what you have to do.
Not going to keep me down.
I mean, tech decks are cool too.
Yeah, if you have one per foot, maybe. I don't know.
I think you need like 4.
I guess it depends on your shoe size.
Or how heavy you are as a person.
What are you saying?
I would not be able to ride tech decks unless I had 4 per foot.
Well, I know what we're going to be trying soon.
Please.
A little experimental crash course.
That's right.
Probably most literally crash course.
Yes. It's okay. We'll put it on YouTube. We'll be happy.
Well, yeah, man. Guess we should wrap this one up.
Yeah, I think so.
Shit.
Well, that wraps up episode 2. Shout out to my sister Heather for picking up these great Kolsches from Chattanooga Brewing Company.
And a big shout out to all of you who stuck around and listened to the end. Thank you for the support. We really appreciate it. Every listen counts.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Tennessee on Tap, or email us with your favorite beer that you want to hear us talk about at tnontap@gmail.com. Remember, folks, life's too short for bad beer, so crack a cold one with us. We're Tennessee on Tap. This thing. Oh, God.